What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am on the island of Patmos in the Aegean Sea of Greece. I am in a town at the top of the island called Hora. This is a very old city. There are no cars in this city. Everything are these narrow alleys like the one behind me here and the ones that I have been walking through this morning. I'm on my way to meet up with Despoina Melianou. She owns an art shop here and we connected over her photography that was in her art shop. So I was taking a look in her art shop and she had some black and white images around her shop that were obviously shot on film. So she takes her photos and does illustrations on them or collages around them, or, I mean, it's all over the place what she does. And I thought it was really interesting, and it was a cool way to mix photography with other art forms like paint, drawing, media graphics, other forms of art. So we're gonna head over to her art shop. We're gonna meet her, and she is quite a character. And I just wanna talk to her about mixing photography with other forms of art. So real quick, before we go into her shop, this is an art supply store, and my kids were looking through it because my kids love art. And as I said, we got to talking about her photography, but she noticed my Leica M6 around my neck. She noticed it was a film camera, that I was shooting film, and that opened up our conversation about her photography. And I love how one art form can bond people across cultures, languages, any other barriers. I think that's awesome. And I asked her if I could come back and have a conversation with her for you guys to experience how awesome she is and her art style. So we're gonna head over to her shop right now and we're gonna say goodbye to our little friend here. I don't know about you guys, but I don't pet other strange cats. All right, I think it's this way. Easy to get lost in Hora. This whole city is like a maze. I mean, look at this place. Look at this. You guys probably can't see it. Here's some footage so you can see it. Hey, before we go in and meet her, I just realized I think she must be a PeterMcKinnon fan. Peter, if you're watching this, I think you're gonna have to come to Hora. Beautiful city. There's no F1 races here though. But it would be sick if there were on these things. I'm gonna assume also, since people don't drive here, that this is how she gets to work. So I'm currently just kind of hanging out here outside of her shop, which you can tell it's like the quirkiest little place. But I'm waiting for some people to leave her shop because she's in sales mode, her shop's open, and I don't want to go in there and be like, hey, stop everything you're doing and talk to me. So I'm gonna give her just a minute. Okay guys, I'm so excited to introduce you to Despoina Melianou.
Hello everybody.
And this is her incredible little shop. We're gonna take a look real quick. This is all it is. It's just a small little shop, and it's very much her. I feel like after talking to you a few times, your shop makes complete sense to your personality, and I love it. It's incredible. Okay, so you are Patmian. You're from the island. Tell us all about your story growing up here on the island.
I love it. For this, I'm still here. It's magical to stay in Patmos, for me at least. I had the fortune to have my grannies here, 4 of them. It's my grandmother from Hora that used to call me Koukoumavla, how I call myself, not really my shop. I took my Italian husband that I met in London to live in Patmos because I want to be here, mother, to walk in Patmos streets. So my life all is doing like a fairy tale here in Patmos and growing up and put all my little stories inside for to make a bigger one.
Because you are a photographer, right?
Yes.
And you
yes.
mostly shoot film, right?
Absolutely film.
So has digital photography ever been part of your life?
Like a touristic, I can say, because I could not really realize where is my negative? Is it in there? What that means? So after that, and I don't have anymore my film camera, so I don't really fancy to make photos anymore, but I'm taking all my old photos and I'm making something else with that.
You told me that you had your film camera stolen from you,
Yes.
right? You were was it in London?
It was in London because...
So tell us about that, because this is a very interesting story to me. Because you're from Patmos, and if you haven't ever been here, I've been here now for over a week, and as you are in Patmos, you stop doing things like locking your door.
Of course.
Nobody locks your door here. You stop wearing your seatbelt in your car. Your kids don't use car seats because nobody drives over 30 kilometers an hour here. 40 kilometers is so slow. It's a very slow moving island, and you can go anywhere, do anything. It's so safe, and it's a very safe place. So she goes to London, and what did you assume? You thought everywhere.
First of all, exactly, we never lock our door in the house. So in London, why I have to lock my door? I was just took like the door like this, not lock the door with the keys. Before this, I was working one whole summer like double trouble for to get my Nikon F3 camera that you could put out the up thing and to watch the like this. It was my treasure. So I was very proud of my camera. Has a name as well. And in London, I didn't lock my door. So one day after my working, I've been at my little room and I see the door totally open. I get in and they stole my camera. I didn't have anything else.
Oh my gosh! And since then, have you ever replaced it?
No. I still cry about this.
So you've had no camera since that. That was your last camera you had?
A friend of mine gave me another Nikon with film, of course, not that much good quality like my F3, but I lose my big love. That after I start not to take less photos, but not with that passion. And living in Patmos, I didn't really want to be the photographer, local photographer. So I wanted something else with my photo. And for many, many years, I did only black and white that I developed by myself. So slowly, I started to make less photos, until came the digital camera that my mind, I could not, put it in my mind. So yes, now you will see me only a little times to take my camera, my digital, stupid little camera, and to make like this. But I draw, I do other things. And the photos is a part of mine because lots of years studying and art photography and in Athens, in the school. So I'm making a mixed. I have many a magazine of photography that I'm sorry, but I cut them and making collage. The photos are still in my life, but in another way.
Hearing you talk about that, I 100% see it because you are very tactical. You like to touch, right? Because film photography is real in the sense that you touch it, and all the art we're going to look at right now, you've taken your film photography and you've made it where you can touch it. Whereas digital, it's behind the screen. It's not able to be touched. And there's nothing wrong with digital photography, of course. We all shoot digital these days, and some of us shoot film still. In fact, you noticed my film camera when I came in here, and
Yes.
that's my Leica M6. That's what started our conversation. But let's take a look at some of your pieces now, and I want you to talk about how the photo combines with other things you can touch, what you've made from it. So let's start. You pick the first one we're gonna do here.
My Alice, that now she's 15 years old. Here it's like 4 years old. So it was a photo that I took and I printed on Canva and after I painted. And here we are. Yes, I color, I draw this, I make her shoes, you know, and I paint it like this. And after that I make this, I make a nice photo again and I print it small so I can make jewelries. This is, for example.
Oh, I see.
So again, my Alice.
So I love that you took a photo that was special to you and you made a painting and then you also made jewelry and anything just from this one photo. A lot of photographers, we think we take the photo, it's on our screen or we print it and it's over. But yet you have given your photos life with all this art. All right, show us another one here.
It's my really favorite because I have a sister almost 20 years younger than me. Here is Alexia, that is 4 years old inside the Arion bar. That this is a black and white photo that I made also an exhibition, I don't remember when, 95 maybe. And because I printed by myself in my darkroom, after some years, I start to paint my black and white photos. So it's very old how you can see, but it's my favorite, so I make it the card of my shop.
Love that.
And after I make it jewelries many times and many other stuff. Here I have again my first model, my sister Alexia, that actually now she's in Belgium.
So these are all, did you print these in your darkroom?
In my darkroom, absolutely.
So you not only, you took photos, but you had your own darkroom, you did all of that.
Yes, this it was the nice thing on photography.
Wow.
In my darkroom. So this is one of my favorite photo, how you see the photos that I like with old-fashioned way we make it red. And I print it again on canvas.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, and then you printed it.
On canvas and I draw up and make it something else. We have Alexia again, my first model, in our old house here. And actually this is a best friend of mine, Yannis Papas, that he's an artist as well. And it's negatives as you can see.
So these are actually from your screen, where like.
Yes, exactly. So, that I cut them. It's not from this film.
Right, but you just make.
Yes.
You make a print. You cut it from the strip.
And here is in Apocalypse place. So this is Alexia again, a really little one, 2 years and a half, and my friend Yanni, and it's something else. It's a window in another world.
So I found this so interesting because you've got just these little like beads. I would have never ever imagined anything like this. A little doll arm.
I love hands.
Okay. You've got a fish.
Oh, absolutely.
Is this a little like electronic microchip?
It is from the controller.
Where did you, from a controller? Where did you get your inspiration? There were ideas for this. Where does it
you know, I'm a collector, a trash collector. So I love to, from the chaos, to start to create stories and poetry. And this kind of mixed life of plastic material that I don't want really to throw away, so it's gonna end in the sea and blah blah blah. I try to find another, let's say, safe way to have them not to throw away. So this one, it's little colors. In the other way, what I could do with all that little toys. I mean, I love toys. I'm having 4 kids, so imagine the toys that is in my house. I have to do something with that and not to throw away simple and to have it like to watch them. So like this, it's another. Here is again my third daughter Alice, and you can see that these things from Playmobil.
Oh yeah, and then you have a troll?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So all that little things that I love to see every day, and a little fairy tale, a little cuckoo. Yes, and I'm trying to use everything, as you can see, and here inside I put little toys that I love them. Here I glue it.
Wow.
And generally, I have collage with all my favorites here, Albert Camus, and that I use, and some photos of mine sometimes. Depends. It's all.
I imagine every day when you come here, you feel inspired.
It's sometimes that I want to continue to do things, and sometimes it's not only like my house, it's like I open my mind and my heart and I get in. Sometimes it's a little bit wild, how crazy I am. I'm getting by myself inside my mind and in my heart. But it's okay. I love it. I mean, for this I paint the floor like this because it's the floor that I want to step every day.
Oh, okay, so this is just painted.
Yes.
I thought it was
by myself.
I didn't realize it was painted. I see now. Yeah.
No,
I thought it was tile.
And my husband, when I was coloring this, my husband was up to me and he was like, "You make it not right. Take a rule." So I said, "Go away from my back. I want my way. I don't like the straight things. I like to be a little bit."
Yeah.
So yes, it's my floor. For to do this yellow, I had to spend time by myself inside these rooms for to take because I make this door. So I made on purpose.
Of course you did.
Yes.
Amazing.
I put even glitter up.
Oh.
If you can see.
Wow, there's so many details everywhere.
Yes. So it's a little bit you need time.
Yeah.
And you need to be a little open mind for to be able to stay inside my mind.
I love being in your shop because very rarely have I met an artist where their space feels as authentic as their personality, and you are that. Your space goes with your hair and your glasses and your whole vibe. I mean, like, this place is you through and through. I love your photography. I love this. Everywhere I look, I see something. What's this?
I used to. We've been in Rome, in Pistoia, with a team of art photographers with Platon Rivelli, and we stay maybe 10-15 days in Firenze. And this one, it's one of my favorite photo as well.
Beautiful.
That I printed, but I didn't want to paint it or whatever, so I make it like how you see.
Just a standard print.
Yes, I said to myself, don't put no color here, I will... And I listened to me. The shadow of my daughters.
Oh yes, let's talk about this one. This one looks very special.
Apollonia, Melissa and Alice. And as you can see again, I make it crazy. Here we have sandal. Here is tamata.
Another hand.
Another hand, or this one we bring it in the church to say, please God, make well my hand because it's we call it tamata.
And look, I love the way you just covered. You've done the arch, but you've covered it with art. It's so interesting. Your shop is incredible. It's the most inspirational place in all of Hora. I promise. If you get to come up to Patmos and you come to Hora, you've got to stop by your shop. Tell us the name of your shop.
Koukoumavla, how my grandmother used to call me.
Koukoumavla. Okay, so what does it mean?
Koukoumavla. Koukouvaya is the bird, the owl. That it's a wizard bird, okay? Knows many stories. Koukoumavla say stupid little things. Say fairy tales, true and false and mix the thing. So my grandmother used to call me Koukoumavla because I was taking a piece of her and say the true and the like this, so she could not really understand me.
Okay, so you may be watching right now and saying to yourself, I need some of her art. How can people find you if they want to look at your stuff? You have a website, an Instagram. How do people find you?
You have to look, to walk, and to have your ear big, your eyes big, the nose, so you can smell me. You have to check and to find me.
I'm gonna give you a cheat because right below in the description, you'll see a link to her Instagram. So you can give her a follow, tell her you saw this video. And if someone likes something in your shop, would you mail it to them, sell it to them and mail it?
Maybe I
Or
do
you make them come to Hora?
I prefer the second because
Okay.
I love to see them in the face.
That's right. Look, if you ever make it to Patmos and Hora and you're here and you come into the shop, you make sure you tell her that you saw her on YouTube.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna close up today by how we met. She saw my Leica M6 hanging down on when I was carrying it around shooting film in Hora. In this camera, I think I've got a roll of Portra 400, but I'll be honest, I've been shooting a lot of film and a lot of different film stocks. I don't really remember what's in here, so we're gonna assume it's Portra 400. It's metered at 400, and I'm pretty sure I set the meter correctly. So we're gonna assume that's what it is. I'm gonna take her portrait, and that's how we're gonna end our time together here in Hora today. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. You can't beat the shutter of the M6. It's the best sound, isn't it? That.
Yes, it is.
Love it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing your story. It was so cool and seeing your shop. Check her out on Instagram at the link below. Enjoy just looking through her stuff. Be sure to follow her on Instagram. Find something you like in her gallery. Leave a comment, give it a like. And also this video, if you're not subscribed, I hope you subscribe today. Like, share, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys for all your support. And I'm going to see you next time.
See ya.